Welcome back. On today's show, we're going to talk about lies. Truth and lies. What is the biggest lie you are currently telling yourself? This is a little homework assignment that someone else gave me. I've been answering this question for myself. I found some profound value in it, and I hope you love the show.
Cowboy.
Welcome to a daily dose of greatness quest with your host, Trevor Crane, my daddy. He's going to help you take your life and business to the next level.
Here I come to save the day.
Trevor Crane here, 11-time #1 best-selling author and the founder of Epic Author Publishing, coming to you live every day so you can plug in every day to build your ideal business so you can live your ideal life.
If my daddy can do it, then anybody can do it because he's a weirdo.
You're supposed to make me sound cool.
Okay, so the core question today is, what is the biggest lie you are currently telling yourself? Or what is the biggest lie you are telling yourself today? And the truth is that you are lying to yourself. There's a lie that you're telling yourself. There's a lie that you're living. And it is whatever that current one is for you right now. And it's probably different a year ago, and it'll be different a year from now. But there are these lies that we tell ourselves, and some of my mentors gave this question to me just recently, and I've been asking and answering it, and it has been really powerful. And so I'll share with you mine real quickly, and then challenge you to ask and answer this question, and then write down your own revelations about your discovery, because I think it is pretty neat. And I'm going to share with you an episode tomorrow about something that's like an origin story of like what created me and what are the things that happened in my youth that kind of set some standards of who I've become as a man, as a person, as a grown-up. And we're going to talk about that for you as well, like what's your hero or origin story. But real briefly, let's just get into this about the core lies that I am currently telling myself. And everybody's lying to themselves at some level. And so asking this question, first of all, did not make me feel comfortable. And I call bullshit. I'm like, you know what? I'm not lying. I'm not a liar. And and I don't want you to even ask me the question. And I almost refuse to answer it, which is, if you have a gut reaction like that at all, then it's possible you might want to look a little bit more closely at it. And then what happens is that maybe you're just a little bit too sensitive, which means there's some truth to it. Right? If somebody calls you a name and it's completely ridiculous, you just think they're kind of a crazy person. But if they call you a name and it sounds like it might be a little bit too close to home, then you might get upset about it. Like if somebody calls you a green frog, I remember this is a really great way of looking at it. If somebody calls you a green frog and they're like, "Oh my God, you are a green frog," you're going to be like, okay. You're not even really going to argue with this person. They're just kind of nuts out of their mind because you're like, I'm a human, not a green frog, so I don't even know what you're thinking about. You don't even get upset. You're just like, oh, I'm sorry. You don't even argue with them. But if somebody calls you a liar or a procrastinator or a rat bastard or whatever it is that like fires you up and it like makes you a little bit uncomfortable and you get defensive, then maybe there's something a little close there. So hold on the liar part. Where did I discover I'm lying? When I got over myself and I just, asked the question again, I'm like, okay, hold on. Let's assume that there is a place I'm lying. Where is it? And I realized it's everywhere. Okay, for me, and I don't know what it is for you because I'm asking you to ask and answer this question for yourself. But for me, the biggest lie I'm telling myself is I can't. And this is crazy because I grew up with my father telling me that, his little dadism was can't, never did nothing. And can't isn't, I've shared that on previous episodes that I can't isn't even words that we use in our house. But I do make excuses. I make excuses for why I don't do something. And it is that I don't have the time. Like why I don't have the money I want, why I don't have the business that I want, why I don't have the relationship I want, why I don't have the business that I want. And this is a sensitive subject as well because I already have a lot of those things. I'm happy with my body. I'm happy with my relationship. I'm happy with my business. It's great. I'm grateful for it. But I'm also frustrated that it's not better than it is. And so my story about why I don't have it is I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. And I come up with a litany of excuses. And every one of those excuses is total and utter bullshit. But it is my reality. Henry Ford said it, that whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're usually right. And so the thing that I realize when it comes to the lies I'm telling myself, for me, are all the excuses that I make about why that I don't have what I want. And we all want something that's something that we don't have, I think, if you're honest. There's some things that you want that you don't have. There are some things that you want that are outside of your comfort zone when it comes to you doing something that you know you need to do, that will just make you feel uncomfortable. You're like, I don't want to do that. That scares me. And I have these fears. Like, I don't know what the fears are for you, but I know what some of them are for me and some of those excuses for me. So my challenge for you today is to consider this question for yourself. What are the lies that you're telling yourself today? And then be honest about those and look at how those are affecting the different parts of your life. And you've heard me talk about this before, that I think there's 4 categories of your life that you can look at real easily: body, being, balance, and business. And look at how these lies are showing up in your body, how they're showing up in your being or your connection with your spirituality and your creator. And then your balance is your connection with your family. And then your business is obviously your business. And when I look at my business, I see that this lie that I've been telling myself of the excuses that I make that aren't really real, but are ones that I make, that I don't have the time, that I don't know enough people, that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not good enough, that people won't trust me, that I might look stupid, that these things are holding me back from helping people. So what I wrote down in my journal when it came to this is I wrote down these fears and I wrote down these lies. But then the result of that, and this is the key for me, and I don't know what it is for you, and this I wrote in huge letters in my journal, is that I'm hurting other people. See, now that hurts. That hurts bad. So these lies that I'm telling myself not just affect me, but they affect other people. They affect my family, and they also affect the people that I might have the opportunity to help. And then the same thing when it comes to my body, my balance, and my being. And I did the same exercise. So that's my challenge for you today, is to think about this and journal it and actually write down your answers. Pull out your journal, use a pen, use a pencil, pull out your success journal and write down your answers about how the lies you're telling yourself today are affecting your family. And if you're just going to go ahead and just listen in to this and not really do it and go, oh, that's nice, that's cute, Trevor lies to himself, but I don't. That right there is probably one of the lies that you could go to get into, because there are areas of your life that you are telling yourself some bullshit. I don't know what it is, but I challenge you to look at it, write it down, and come up with your own revelations about now what you're going to go do about it. And that's all I got for you today. Tomorrow, I'm excited to share with you the show where we're going to talk about some of the things that happened to you when you were younger that defined who you are. This is super, super cool, and it actually is very relevant to the lies that you're telling yourself today. So these two kind of go together. I hope you plug in, do the exercise, please, today, and then plug in tomorrow so that you can learn this little evolution or origin story, your own origin story. And I'm going to ask you some questions that are going to help you really jog your memory and make you realize some amazing things. So I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow and make today magnificent.
To get even more awesomeness, which means all my best stuff, download my app by texting Trevor to 36260. It will show up right on your cell phone. Just text message the word Trevor to 36260. Talk to you soon.